What's that? You want to play a game? Yeah, I don't think I want to play your game. You know what I do want to do though? I want to talk about Jigsaw. It only took 7 years for another one to come out. Oh, jeez. I mean, we're doing this again? The good news is that Lionsgate had made it very clear that they were not going to do another one unless there's a script worth doing, so we have that to look forward to. In relation to the other 7 movies, this one is more story-based than trap-based, which makes sense given the movie picks up a decade later. While I'll admit there were some parts that had me really nervous.
The blood under the fingernails of our victim, it's John Kramer's the Jigsaw killer.
That's impossible.
And at one point, angry, nearly yelling at the screen. It's actually a pretty good story. They did retcon some things and muddied the timeline in an effort to make this fit, which was rather enraging. Although I get why they did it. I'm just waiting for the next movie to see how they deal with this guy knowing John so early. Did he know him before Hoffman? It looks that way. However, I didn't go into it expecting a story. I went into it expecting traps. And boy was I let down.
Help me.
Had I actually thought about it in advance, and maybe done some more research before going in instead of in blind, except knowing that Tobin Bell is back in it, it makes a lot of sense for there to be less traps. There hasn't been much activity during that period, whereas in the original Saw movies, he had been active for a while when we get to the first movie.
What do you want from me?
So we can go back to flashbacks to see older traps, which is where all the bonus games usually come from. So let's talk about those traps. As few of them as there were, they were pretty great. When I saw it in theater, I was talking with some people before the movie and we talked about the level of guesswork that happened in order for the games to go well. I know he tries for all the angles, but what happens if someone doesn't wake up when they're supposed to? We get to see the answer. There were a few moments as great as seeing someone unconscious with a bucket on their head being dragged across the floor to their death. If there's only one thing that's going to get you to go see that movie, let it be that moment. You won't regret it. It is awesome. Also, we do get a spare trap. Naturally, we have the idiot who wants to cheat, and then everyone else pays the price for his stupidity. For other traps, the bicycle and blade trap was one of the prettiest traps in the movie. Getting into the story, I'm really glad they went the direction that they did. As a quick rundown, someone says something's worrying, then bodies begin showing up around the city, and oh no, it looks like John is at it again. But wait, he's dead. That kind of sounds like other movies, I know. As the bodies from the game kept showing up, I knew there was a jump in time. They used the trick before, so that wasn't a surprise. But what I didn't expect was the length of time. A 10-year jump and a recreation of an old game is pretty brilliant. It made me feel a lot better about John Kramer just randomly showing up. Well, Billy, what did you think of the Jigsaw movie? Is it worthy of being in the Saw franchise? It's always with the game with you. You know what? I'm not playing. You can't make... Oh, no. Fuck. Thanks for watching this review. If you liked it, drop a like to let me know and maybe even subscribe to the channel.